Hi, this video is with my Vanguard Feanir and I'm playing Plasmatech. I almost forgot to hit record on this one, but just managed to catch it in time, so didn't have time to put up my stats and utilities on the screen, but I'll try and overlay them at some point. This guy was just kind of wasting his cooldowns here, so I wasn't too worried about the fight here, so I didn't need to call ink. I was expecting him to leap, which is why I popped my hydraulic overrides and tried to catch him with my shock strike before he leaped, but he didn't in the end. Then the shadow appeared just as I was using my pulse cannon, which was nice. Then three guys here could have used my AoE taunt, and there are quite a few opportunities in this match where I miss using my taunt. This was, I think, my second or third game at level 60, so I had full exhumed gear and Dark Reaver relics, implants, earpiece, and I think maybe main hand and buff hand, but I can't remember. But it was mainly exhumed stuff. Then in this fight I wasn't really too sure who to target, but I had a fair amount of AoE abilities, so it didn't make too much of a difference in the end. I was about to pull that shadow that was running for the health pack, but he decided not to go for it for some reason, and just finished him off. Making sure to head over to the other side at this point because we didn't need three people guarding. Just throwing out the stealth scan in case. Managed to catch the shadow on the way out the spawn point, and taunting and getting a 6k home pet bolt. Luckily the guardian on my team was paying attention to the guy capping, and then a slightly misplaced mortar volley there. Should have tried to catch the sage. So I was going to go on the sage here, but then I noticed these two guys grouped up, so I went for the AoE stun into pulse cannon combo. Sticking to the scoundrel because he's the squishier target. Used my Cotter overload to break the stun there. I was hoping to pull the scoundrel before he got to the med pack. I got stunned again or something. Didn't manage to get off the pull. So we did actually have two guys over on the other side when the other team capped. And they were kind of fighting far out, and I guess one of the shadows went around them and capped. Just decided to put down the stealth scan in case any stealthies on the other team were coming down the corridor, and then healing up because it looked like we'd arrived before the other team. And then where that guardian goes to stand is a good place to wait for the other team, just because the other team doesn't always see you back here. If I'd had my stealth scan available I might have been able to catch that shadow, but it was still on cooldown. I spotted this scoundrel over here, just went to go and interrupt him. Not quite sure why I went for the pulse cannon there. Probably would have been better just to dot him up and take the fight more slowly, and then I could have left him to run away because he was doing no helm out there. Actually made it easier for us to defend if he ran away. And there was only one guy on the other team here, so I probably should have gone over to the other side at this point. I noticed I waited a split second before attacking there because the other guy still had his saber reflect up and I didn't want to damage myself. And I finally headed over to the other side, throwing out the AoE taunt, and another misplaced mortar volley. But still got a few people. Making sure to have my incendiary round on one person before using the pulse cannon, because the pulse cannon spreads it. Although I'm pretty sure I didn't remember that in this game. But it's a good thing to remember. Just trying to wait for as long as I could and then going in to interrupt. Probably should have gone for the AoE stun there and then into the pulse cannon. Would have bought my team a few more seconds, but still did a decent job anyway there. So always remember at this point in the game that stealth people can often go over to the door that the bridge hasn't come down on. So this is why I'm standing in the middle here, not going and joining the fight, just because I didn't want to leave the other door unguarded. So just throwing out a few ranged abilities, including my taunt. And checking back on the other door, so we could see the two guys on the other team coming here. Deciding to go for the sage. Wasn't really much need to pop my shield here, so I wasn't really being focused too much. Probably should have saved it. Again, just checking on the door whilst using my pulse cannon, using the left mouse button to turn the... Because if you use your right mouse button, then you turn your pulse cannon as well, and you don't want to do that. I popped my battle focus just as the other guy bubbled, which was slightly unfortunate, and then tried to catch these two people here with the AoE stun and pulse cannon. The Sage decided to walk into it, which was nice. Again, lots more opportunities here for me to be using my AoE taunt, which I kind of missed. I kind of panicked at this point, I thought I was going to die, so just kind of blindly threw out the pulse cannon, but got a guard and some good heals there. Finally using one of my taunts. Switching over to the Shadow because the Scoundrel was guarded, and the Shadow was low. Throwing out the AoE taunt for grouped up people there, and the mortar volley. Just running behind the pillar so that the mercenary couldn't guard me. And deciding that there was no need to attack that guy because we had four people over there. Pulling in the Sage. I was kind of hoping to group them up for an AoE stun into pulse cannon again, but I hadn't actually built up my stacks. That was a slight error. So it would have been better to build up the stacks for my pulse cannon and then pull the Sage in so that I could use the pulse cannon straight away. Then here my shield was coming off cooldown, but I decided it wasn't really worth wasting it. I didn't even know if I'd get to the med pack before the Shadow because they had their full speed there. Luckily the door opened fairly quickly. I was trying to pull the Shadow here, but they had resilience up so it wasn't working, but I hadn't actually noticed. Then here I decided the Shadow would be running towards the medpack, so just threw out my stealth gun over there and managed to catch them. Unfortunately got my pulse cannon interrupted there, but they were nice and low, so we managed to finish them off. And that's the end of the first round. So it was fairly decent, apart from the mistake from the two guys on the first door. Fighting too far from the door, we actually did pretty well. So quite a few of you might be wondering why I'm playing Plasmatech instead of the other spec. I think it's called Tactics, because Tactics is clearly a lot better. Like, it's got amazing burst at the moment. Reason being is it's fun. I find it fun playing underpowered specs. How underpowered Plasmatech is debatable, but lots of people seem to think it is. But also it's just a really fun playstyle. It's an interesting mix of dots and the AoE pulse cannon. The Vanguard there was just outside of the 10 meter range, unfortunately, for my pulse cannon. And it's also something that a lot of people will know how to play against, because they don't see it too often. In regs anyway. Almost managed to miss both of the guys in the other team there with my pulse cannon by trying to catch both of them. Thought the Scoundrel would go for the med pack, but he stayed around. Switching over to the Commando here. Was just looking for a good opportunity for my pulse cannon because I had my battle focus and AoE stun up, which is the best way to get a good pulse cannon off. Using my Quarter Overload to break the stun there. It's really useful having a second stun breaker, although it wasn't really that necessary there. Getting off a nice 3-man pulse cannon. Some decent damage. So I managed to use my stun here a split second after a CC immunity ended. He did have a CC breaker, but he'd already used his leap, so managed to get that cap there. So for those of you that don't know, the animation for CC immunity on a Guardian is that blue kind of bubble thing around them. So don't try and waste your stuns on them when they have that blue bubble up after they leave. Just throwing out the stealth scan in case someone was following me and capping.
Ensure they detonate, and you're nearly there.
Not really too sure why I used my shoulder cannons there. There wasn't really much need. Would have been better to save them for some burst, even though they aren't anywhere near as burst as they used to be. And here just trying to keep the Guardian that I just pulled away from the other side. So I was pretty sure we had guys capping over there, so I went for my single target stun. Then as soon as that ended, I went for my AoE stun. And that was after pulling him. So you have a lot of control as a Vanguard against single targets. And that AoE stun is nice. Luckily for me, the Sage wasn't paying attention to me and didn't push me off whilst I was typing in chat.
Unauthorized armaments detected.
That was a fairly terrible pulse cannon, but they were running around a bit, so it was kind of hard to get it off. But our team on the other side has done a good job, managed to plant a bomb on the door there. And that's pretty much the end of the game. So I hope you enjoyed this one. So as I said at the beginning, it's one of my first level 60 games with my Vanguard, playing Plasmatech, so that was good fun. I might bring you some more. I'm not really sure at the moment what kind of videos I'll be uploading, because I'm just trying to not get burnt out with styles at the moment. I've been playing some Smite as well, just to keep things fresh. But as I said, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe if you want to get notifications whenever I upload a new video. And as always,